What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Rando Commando show. The show where we take a completely random topic, throw our 2 cents worth in, and hope we have a good laugh. I'm Ethanuel, this is Jonesy, let's get rolling. Hoo-ha! Video games. You love them, or you downright hate them. And then there are some games that give you a whole new world for you to explore that make you go,
would it be good to live in this world? Or we're going to weigh the pros and cons and kind of give our 2 cents worth in.
So, for example, let's start off with a popular game that everyone has played since it came out in 2011, Skyrim. The game has if you guys haven't played it, you definitely have heard of it. It's an amazing game. But the question is, would I want to live there?
It's set in kind of more rustic times. If you haven't played it, it's a game that's mostly about dragons and magic and kind of that kind of genre, I suppose. But technology's kind of more primitive.
Yeah, it's more primitive. There's no there's no really technology in it. I would actually have to say, and this pains my heart to say it, I'd rather no. I don't want to partake in it. The simple fact is, I love the sword and the shields and all that stuff. I love the more primitive aspect of it. But there are several conflicts within the game that I'm like, I wouldn't want to be on opposite sides. I don't think I would want to live there.
Yeah, I think I would agree. I don't think I would want to live there. Yeah, I would rather not live in a place where you can go wander the wilds and there are giants that try to kill you. There are saber-toothed tigers that try to kill you. There are, dragons that try to kill you. Or just not to mention the petty thieves and other guys that wander around and giant spiders and stuff. You're just like,
yeah. So name for both.
I think we'll pass on that.
Oh, pass on Skyrim. We love you. We love to play. We love to play in you as an avatar, but not.
We wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah.
No.
But so you said something like we take the technology for granted.
Right.
But what happens if you were to live in a game where technology has been advanced to the absolute futuristic? So,
okay.
I'm talking about the Mass Effect series.
Another really fantastic series.
Fantastic series, and I would actually say yes to this one. It's kind of hard. It's like you might be thinking why, but here's the thing: there are numerous worlds to explore, and that's just in the Milky Way galaxy. With Andromeda coming out, yes!
Ethan's pretty excited, if you can't tell.
Yeah. But anyway, with Andromeda coming out, and that's with the first 3 Mass Effect games, they just take place in the Milky Way galaxy, and you have the Asari, the Turians' homeworld, the Solarians. I mean, you have all these different creatures that live within the Milky Way galaxy.
These are all different alien species that look different and are pretty cool.
So, for me, to even just be able to visit one of those worlds, that's a no-brainer for me. I would say yes. I would want to live in the Mass Effect world.
Again, basic premise, if you're not familiar with it, it's they have these mass relays which allow them to do hyperspace travel between different things. And space travel is pretty popular, so you can go different worlds and there are different alien cultures that interact with each other. Me, as much as I would say yes, I think about the main plot, the story of Mass Effect, and there's these pretty crazy forces of evil that try to take over the galaxy, and it's kind of cool about the games is you can choose your ending, which is pretty interesting. But there's this massive force that overwhelms the galaxy, and they're gonna wipe out everything. And I'm gonna have to say no. As much as it's cool, as the technology is fantastic, I'm just I enjoy kind of my peace and quiet, and as cool as that is, I'm just I would rather not. There's enough stuff in this world that you can die from, let alone in something else like that. But right. I fight with that because I would love to do the exploration thing, but it's not too much different. If you were just a regular person, not in the military, not exploring and stuff, if you were just on a planet, you wouldn't probably get access to a whole lot of that stuff.
Right.
So I think I probably wouldn't live there.
Yeah. So those were just 2. One that was more primitive and one that was futuristic. But how about one that's kind of right in the middle? And I'm talking about Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy. People wield weapons that they shouldn't normally be able to wield, and just crazy powers and stuff. So, again, they have instances where there's crazy bits of evil, trying to take over the world and that kind of thing. I actually would live in this world because, yeah, there are monsters that run around, and you know, there's always the threat of being attacked by something like that. But it's a lot more like a lot of the later games, especially, are more like our world. So it's pretty comparable then. But I don't know. I just think I look at all the cool weapons and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, I could do that.
Right.
I would be in that. Hop on that like a frog on a lily pad.
For me, I've only played, like I said, like 2 or 3 versions of different Final Fantasy games, and the most recent one I've played has been 15. And I've played a little bit of it. I haven't dove much into it as much as I would like it to, but I actually agree with Jonesy on this one. I would actually want to live in Final Fantasy. For one, like he said, everybody has access to these powers, and even in 15, yeah, you have the Royal Prince and his 3 buddies, but they all seem to have like different weapons that they can use, but they all have the same ability of just being able to like teleport and use these weapons and strike with these weapons. And it's like, okay, yeah, maybe the Royal Prince can use them, but also these 3 random best friends that he's got can also use these abilities, so why can't I use them as well? And so I think that brings that whole realm of perspective of like, yeah, like in Final Fantasy, everybody has access to it. And like Skyrim, like, yeah, everybody has access to these things, but like not everything's trying to kill you in Final Fantasy. Right. I mean, like, you can actually take a nice leisurely stroll in your car, like driving down and see everything that's going around, and not like run down the road and 5 steps later you're being mauled by a bear. Like, yeah. So for me, yes, I would actually want to live in Final Fantasy.
Well, that's about all the time we've got for today, so that kind of closes up our one of our Would You Rather episodes, and there are a ton more questions that we could talk about, but those are just a couple that we had picked. If you want to see more of that, be sure to let us know. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys. And if you have any more comments, be sure to leave them below, and make sure to follow us on social media as well. And yeah, like and subscribe if you like this. So, I'm Jonesy, he's Ethanuel. This is the Rando Commando, signing off.